Tonight on the Fifth Estate, after the earth shook. Haiti, 1 year later. It's a country cursed by history, poverty, these days by disease. But nothing compares to the devastation of last January the 12th. Tonight, 4 Canadians who were there when it happened. The development worker who saw things she will never forget.
You walked into the building and he was gone.
The businessman who feels haunted by the past.
Depuis avec ça, blow, ils ont assassiné mon grand frère.
The doctor who lost everything he built in Haiti.
I'm disappointing you, time after time.
The urban planner who wonders if his country will ever change.
I keep hoping it can stay like this, you know.
On January 12th, they had all just arrived when the earthquake hit.
Flight attendants, take position for takeoff.
The day started with a routine flight.
As soon as we reach our cruising altitude, we'll be starting the service. We'll be handing out freely some headsets today.
Air Canada 950 from Montreal carried the usual array of aid workers, government advisors, and Haitian expatriates.
Passengers sitting at the window seat, please lower your shade, thank you.
Saving Haiti has been an industry for years, but none of them had any way of knowing how much more saving Haiti would soon need.
The weather in Port-au-Prince is 33 degrees and a few scattered clouds.
At 2:30 in the afternoon, they landed and scattered to hotels and offices. That's when it happened. It was 35 seconds that would change Haiti forever.
Hello, I'm Gillian Finley in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. 1 year later, it's impossible to overstate the impact of those 35 seconds on Haiti, her people, on anyone who happened to be here that day. Of the 195 passengers on board Air Canada 950, we now know that at least 11 died in the rubble that afternoon, part of the estimated 300,000 who lost their lives. But what of the passengers who survived, who by happenstance, fate, simple good luck, managed to stay safe while the world crumbled around them?
One of them was Montreal ophthalmologist Dr. Yuri Zelinsky.
Suddenly I heard noise and just strong increasing shaking, you know, and when I looked on the wall was shaking so strong, you know, and I thought that I would not jump from this room and the roof will collapse, you know.
In the panic and confusion, he grabbed his camera, and these are the pictures he took. He's been coming to Haiti for 12 years, to the University Hospital, to build the country's biggest eye surgery department. The fault line ran right through the hospital grounds. In a breath, the nursing school, both stories, was gone.
Wow, it was a huge cement blocks, you know, and people were trapped. We saw them somewhere in the ground. We spoke with them. They asked for help, you know, screaming, and we tried to pick them up, but it was just impossible because nothing was available. Especially being a doctor, you know, I see what bad case scenario, what could happen.
Do you know approximately how many people were in that building when it collapsed?
It It was about 90 nurses, Haitian nurses, and Haitian doctors among these numbers. Yeah, the best health or human resources have died in this place.
This is a Red Cross tent camp. It was set up very quickly. It was a very organized camp.
Betsy Wall from Cambridge, Ontario, has been coming to Haiti for years to run her family's charitable foundation. On January 12th, she and her daughter had just stepped off the plane from Montreal and arrived at the foundation's guest house.
Here's our street.
They were getting ready for dinner when they heard a deafening crack. Betsy, too, took pictures of a 4-story building that all but vanished. 5 people died here, including this man from Canada. He just stepped into the building to get a beer.
There were a group of people by the pool, and they were having a little prestige, and the one woman had a fly in her prestige beer, and he offered to go in and get her a fresh one. And he walked into the building and he was gone. We all sat and said that, well, if it would have happened 10 minutes later, or what if it would have happened yesterday?
Hello?
At 4:53 that day, Andre Cadan was driving along this road. From Haiti originally, he's lived in Montreal for the last decade, working as a security guard. 2 months before the quake, he decided to move home, to start a business, and was on his way to look for an apartment.
Je voulais sortir, mais je ne peux pas ouvrir la porte parce que ma main, comme ça, je ne peux pas débarrer la porte. Et puis après, ça reste 2 secondes. Et puis j'ai dit, mais qu'est-ce qui arrive? Et puis ça recommence encore. C'est pendant que ça recommence, et puis cette maison-là, ça tombe. Je vois beaucoup de poussière, les gens qui crient, les gens qui sont en dessous des murs commencent à pleurer, et puis tout le monde deux mains à la tête, beaucoup de poussière. Et puis c'est là que je commence à comprendre qu'est-ce qui s'était arrivé. Il y a des morts partout sur le trottoir, alors c'était difficile, et puis ça reste pour... Je pense que ça va rester dans ma tête pour beaucoup d'années.
Andre's business is trucks. The earthquake scared him, and part of him wanted to run. But in a country now drowning in rubble, he was a man with the means to move it.
À quoi c'est Wilfried? Une nouvelle. M'a regardé? Oui. Mon cher Bamdou, moi-même, je viens investir ici et que comme le pays a crasé, et puis moi, j'ai un chantier à faire là, comment on peut aider pour me 2-3 camions de sable, pour commencer par brasser, pour me faire un petit brasse.
What's more, Andre had taken out loans, $130,000 worth, to buy his trucks. So he was stuck.
Ok, 38, 19, 11, 66, 34, 35, 76, 28.
Ah, mais va
ok, Wilfried, m'a t'en nous. Oui. N'importe ça qui on va faire moi.
Ok, n'a pas chita parler d'eux.
Ok, Wilfried.
Ok.
D'accord.
Porte bien.
D'accord. Merci. J'ai pas vraiment envie que j'avais avant 12 janvier, l'envie, l'engouement que j'ai pour venir habiter en Haïti. Après 12 janvier, c'est différent. Mais vu que l'agent était déjà en route pour Haïti, je n'ai pas le choix.
But who is operating today? You?
Yes,
Where else?
me. Firma, maybe too.
To stay or to go was a dilemma for many foreigners in Haiti, but not for Yuri Zelinsky. In the last decade, he's had a hand in training virtually every eye doctor the country has produced. Months later, he's still treating patients in hot, open-air tents where disease can spread. He's determined the ophthalmology department will be rebuilt.
Since I survived the earthquake, I'm trying to use my courage to penetrate any kind of bureaucracy and try to convince people to have a look what's going on in country which is in such proximity to the United States and Canada. These people deserve better life.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Of course, not all of Haiti was damaged by the earthquake. Far away from Port-au-Prince is the weekly market in Fond-Baptiste, one of the remote villages where Betsy Wall's foundation has been working for 30 years, training farmers and building agricultural cooperatives.
Combien pour Adam, pour une tasse? 5 coups?
It's worked. Fond-Baptiste is a rare Haitian success story, producing more than it can use. So when the earthquake hit, Betsy too saw opportunity to expand.
I thought, as sad as it is, our time has come. And that Haiti is going to rise out of the rubble. It's going to have to start feeding itself.
Her challenge now, getting the food from the farm to the famished. Andre's challenge, coming to terms with the murder that made him leave.
Oui, c'est demain.
In the aftermath of Haiti's earthquake, the world rushed to help. Billions of dollars were pledged. Haiti would rise from the rubble stronger than ever, or at least that's what was said. 1 year later, it's hard to see what's changed here, and no one is quite sure where all that promised money went. And so people who work here, who care about Haiti, are back to square one, trying to hustle up funds. Back in Montreal, Dr. Yuri Zelinsky has big plans.
It's original, handmade architectural plan design for the reconstruction of hospital.
The earthquake flattened much of the ophthalmology department he spent his career developing. Together with Haitian architects, he's come up with a plan to rebuild.
This cost about 900,000, about $1 million. This particular project to serve a population about 40,000.
$1 million doesn't sound like much to build.
No, it doesn't sound,
facility.
especially when I'm really furious when I see that somebody last week or last month bought a picture of Picasso for $100 million just for pleasure, for fun, and we are struggling for last 4 months to find $1 million.
Zelinsky is from Chechnya originally, so he knows about desperation and strife.
What do you read by yourself?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay. Is it interesting?
Very.
For him, Canada has always been a refuge, a place where his family can have a normal life while he pursues the business of saving Haiti. These days, he spends most of his time writing and rewriting requests for money, 26 in the last year. He's hit all the big spenders, including the Bill Clinton Foundation, but so far he has yet to raise a dime for reconstruction.
We know that enormous amount of money has been collected, but where is this money? Because I'm telling you, since the earthquake, I've been struggling to bombarding all these organizations with a proposal to allocate at least grants or start negotiation because we desperately need the funds.
Hang on, it's a curly road here.
In Cambridge, Ontario, Betsy Wall is hunting money too, to expand her network of agricultural cooperatives in Haiti. She is an unlikely development worker. Her background is in marketing. Today, she's twisting arms at her foundation's summer golf tournament.
Hi, Betsy.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Having a great day.
Good.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Well, we do want you to show your generosity at the end of the day for such a great day.
Mm-hmm.
We're behind you here.
Of the billions of dollars pledged to Haiti, $220 million came from individual Canadians, a sum Ottawa promised to match. Betsy wants some of that money too. $743,000 to be exact. She's applying to Canada's International Development Agency, CIDA, to build 6 new grain silos. A no-brainer, she thinks, especially now.
If there was one single hue and cry, I think, that came out of the country, is that agriculture has to be the primary investment vehicle.
What will a new seed silo, what difference will it make to the people here if you get this money?
Well, it's a means of making money because it allows them to purchase the harvest from their members at harvest time and to store the crop until next planting season. Other than that, they would be forced to sell it at a time where there would be a huge glut and they wouldn't get an attractive price.
How quickly is this needed?
Well, not soon enough.
Lorsque le zonage va être établi, ils vont pouvoir contrôler les usages, les densités et les types d'occupation. On va regarder ça un petit moment. Là.
If there is one thing Haiti could use these days, it's urban planners. Olten Tasmina is one for the city of Montreal. He came to Canada decades ago to get an education, and like so many in the Haitian diaspora, he stayed to escape the violence and corruption he'd grown up with.
It's a hate and love relationship. It was my country, where I'm bored, where I have fun, where I met a lot of people. So there is a link, like a mother with her son, between Haiti and all the members of the diaspora. But anyway, I refuse to return because after knowing what democracy is, I would discover that this country is really, really a bad place.
Still, after the earthquake, Olten began to wonder whether every Haitian didn't now have a responsibility to help.
Il faut que vous puissiez mettre votre expertise en jeu, et puis comme ça, tout le monde pourrait en bénéficier.
It's a big question among the diaspora. His friend Christine Dijon tries to persuade Olten he'd be a huge asset as Haiti tries to rebuild. For him, it's a question of pride.
Et quand tu as dit... la diaspora n'a pas été contactée. Mais comment peut-on savoir que toi, Olten, tu es urbaniste et puis tu veux faire quelque chose pour ton pays? Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait?
Non, c'est pas à nous de le faire. C'est au consul de, par exemple, aller dans les journaux et mettre un avis, ou le ministre de la diaspora émettre un avis pour ceux qui veulent donner leur aide de le faire.
Est-ce que c'est pas à vous d'aller au consulat, vous dites, écoutez, moi je suis urbaniste, voilà mes coordonnées. Si vous avez besoin de quoi que ce soit, faites appel à moi. Je suis disponible.
He decides he has to do something. In June, he emails his resume to Haiti's government, offering his help. Back in Port-au-Prince, Montreal's André Cadan has been hard at it for 9 months, trying to build his trucking business.
Mais on a pas caoutchouc là, moi on jack. Okay.
Financially, he's doing well enough, and he likes to think that his trucks and this passenger bus he owns are part of the real recovery Haiti is desperate for.
Haïti, on a besoin des gens comme moi, qui créent des emplois, qui font, parce que peu importe, maintenant, là où je suis, j'ai 8 personnes qui travaillent avec moi. J'ai 6 camions bascules, j'ai un autobus, ça fait 7. J'ai un autre bus, mais ça a déjà fait 8 personnes qui vivent. Okay, mais si tout le monde pense comme moi, donne emploi à 8 personnes, le pays ne va pas être comme ça.
But André knows from bitter experience that in Haiti, success can make you a target.
Comment est-ce? OK. Mais pas de gain rien qui t'écrasé là, dans ça? Oh. OK.
Ça, c'est de
oui, c'est Edmer. Non, c'est Edmer Cadan.
Ça va bloquer.
Non, c'est pas grave, ça fait 9 ans.
Edmer Cadan was his brother and business partner. 10 years ago, they owned a successful internet cafe together. It was his murder that convinced André to escape to Canada.
Ouais, mon grand frère était assassiné par des bandits en 2001 pour une demande de rançon. Il m'a demandé un montant de $100,000. Moi, je pensais qu'il plaisante. Il m'a appelé au téléphone, il m'a dit « Hey André, nous on est chez toi, donne-moi $100,000, sinon on va exécuter ton grand frère. » Je pensais qu'il plaisante, qu'il jouait. J'ai dit un mauvais mot à eux. J'ai dit « Hey, mot d'imbécile, comment tu vas faire pour contrôler $100,000 ?» Et puis avec ça, blow, ils ont assassiné mon grand frère. Puis c'était ça.
At the university hospital, Yuri Zelinsky knows the ambivalence many young Haitians feel towards their country, especially now. He's watched as eye doctors he's trained have left for better opportunities in Canada and the U.S.
You already made incision, so you don't have a choice. You have to finish surgery. Okay, it's a cataract.
After the earthquake, Beatrice Valerius left too. It was one of Yuri's prouder moments when he was able to pull together a small grant to bring her and her badly needed talents home.
Okay, good.
Do you blame these people for wanting to go where they can
No, because they have to survive. They have a family, they have children. But at the same time, I'm convinced that we have to create conditions and keep them in country to ensure long-term sustainable social development.
While Yuri struggles to make the hospital work, Betsy Wall is heading out of town, high up into Haiti's mountains. Even before the earthquake, the drive to her cooperatives in Font-Baptiste took 7 hours, but she does it routinely, bringing whatever potential investors she can find.
Is this spring-fed or is it river
runoff
fed?
Runoff.
Just runoff.
It's all runoff. Yeah.
Today, she's brought Chester Van Huysen and Kelvin Honsinger, representing several Canadian churches. She's showing off a reservoir project she's developed jointly with Oxfam. When the boss is in town, it seems everyone dresses to show off.
So last year at this time, was this also, has this pond ever been cleaned, or is this the first year?
No. This is the first time.
So this is the first time through the Oxfam funding?
Yes.
It's an important project. To better irrigate the fields, the reservoir has to be deeper. The mud collected is then used to fertilize other fields. Chester and Kelvin's churches raised millions after the earthquake. It's the kind of long-term project they're looking to spend it on.
I think what we need to see is sustainable development at the family level, at the grassroots household level.
We've invested a lot in food aid already, but we're really looking for opportunities to invest longer term. And part of the challenge of relief is that you're looking at deficits all the time, what people don't have. This is a great opportunity to look at what people do have working for them.
Yeah.
What Font-Baptiste has is extra food. What Betsy still needs is a buyer. When we come back, an exile returns to the country he abandoned and is shocked by what he sees. There is so much destruction in Port-au-Prince that any building that survived the quake quickly became a magnet for Haiti's homeless. This is the country's national soccer stadium, where at least there's water and toilets. And where today there is Olten Tasmina.
What a souvenir! The whole thing has been renovated.
As a young man, he played professional soccer here. It's been 30 years since he's been back to the stadium, and almost a year since he survived the quake. He's still not sure he belongs here, even now. Looking at the city he grew up in, Olten is surprised that so many months later there's still so much devastation.
Like the majority of Haitians, I have the feeling that nothing has really changed. For instance, you see the National Palace is still collapsed, and people, they have the feeling that icon, that landmark, is still at the same time January 30th.
After the earthquake, Haiti was awash in aid agencies and NGOs. At one point, 10,000 different agencies were reportedly on the ground. Still, the only doctors to visit this tent city, less than an hour outside Port-au-Prince, are Yuri Zelinsky and his team from the University Hospital. There is no infrastructure here, no electricity, and no reliable source of clean water. For many, the one-day eye clinic is as close as they'll get to any kind of medical care.
She lost it.
Okay, she lost. Okay, if she lost and she asked, she came here to have a glass, yeah? Okay, you can... 55. 55 good age. Just ask her to read a little bit Bible to see. And keep it close.
Some of the fixes are easy. They hand out donated glasses. But there are bigger problems here. The lack of soap and water has spawned an epidemic of eye infections.
She's really have a dangerous condition. Emergency.
We need also, there is strong possibility that the HIV test will be.
Okay. No, just put a glove and be careful. Take care of yourself.
Yuri first came to Haiti with an NGO, so he knows how those organizations operate. Today, he chooses to work for Haiti's government because as poor and as undeveloped as it is, he believes in the long term, a national healthcare system is his country's only hope.
It's important because if not national doctors come here, nobody will come here. Patient just will live there and suffering their own life.
What about all the NGOs and their doctors?
I hope that any NGO also will come, but to our knowledge, they are not. Because as soon as this NGO will have difficulties with financing and leave the country, all what they've been doing will collapse next day.
This is a silo. This was a silo that was constructed 15 years ago.
In Fond-Baptiste, Betsy too has her criticisms of the international development community. Today, it's Canada's CEDA that has her frustrated. This is one of the silos she's asked CEDA for money to replace.
There are 497 members, I believe, in this cooperative, and about 140 other non-members, but people that they also serve or who are customers or
and
clients.
this one silo services all those people?
Well, not really. It can't anymore.
It's been weeks since she put in her request for money to access Canada's special earthquake reconstruction fund. And even though she's pared back her proposal from 6 silos to 3, she's had no word. She's not happy, but she's been around long enough to know it's not going to help her or the people of Fond-Baptiste if she's too outspoken.
Many of us are wondering, where has the money gone overall, not just with CEDA funding. But CEDA seems to be taking an approach where they are preferring to invest in organizations with a larger capacity as opposed to investing in smaller NGOs.
So does that make you hopeful, less hopeful?
Well, it makes us vulnerable with a standalone project.
Nine months after the earth shook, Andre Cadan is wavering. His trucks are busy and he's making money, but that's the problem. In a city rife with muggings and kidnappings, he doesn't feel safe. He ends each day before it gets dark and goes to some lengths to hide his trucks.
Parce que si nous coupons ça, nous avançons ça jusque là, parce que la boule la prend moitié et puis la prend là et puis nous mettons derrière parce que derrière plus large.
The stress is getting to Andre, so much so, it's got him nostalgic for the brutal days of Haiti's dictatorship.
Comme j'étais petit, sous le gouvernement de Jean-Claude Duvalier, le pays n'était pas comme ça. C'était pas comme ça. C'était propre et puis sécurité. Bon, des gens traitent mal le régime Duvalier avec toutes les macoutes, 30 000, 300 000 macoutes. Mais avec les 300 000 macoutes, tout le monde dort tranquillement.
It's all got him wondering how much he really wants to stay. There's a lot to consider, and it's not just about him.
C'est qui? Madame Jacques-là? Oh, pourquoi t'es entré bonheur comme ça? Maintenant, faut sortir dans le petit bal là-bas. On va venir. Comment quoi? Le deuxième.
Andre's wife and kids are back in Montreal. This is his mother-in-law, and every night this is where she sleeps. The tarp was donated to Haiti, but she had to buy it on the black market. By Haitian standards, she is lucky, especially since she has Andre to help.
Non, c'est juste un montage, vous comprenez? Fais-moi ça. Fais-moi ça.
This is his dilemma. If he stays and keeps making money, he'll be able to help his Haitian family even more. If he leaves, it's back to a security guard salary in Montreal. He doesn't know what to do.
Je veux rentrer, je veux revivre, retourner vivre en Haïti, mais au départ, j'ai mis en tête comme quelqu'un qui est en guerre. Si je dois retourner au Québec, si je dois rester en Haïti, je ne sais pas quoi faire.
Right across from the National Palace, Old Ten spots a tent city. The urban planner in him can't understand. Haiti has plenty of land to move people to, and there's all that donated money.
Before moving those people there, you might provide resources like infrastructure for water. When we have rains, we have provide education center, health and community center, church, soccer field, and roads. So this is easy to do. It's not complicated. A little strategic planning, able to welcome about 5,000 people.
Do you think people would move
They
if
will
they had
move.
something
They
to
will
move
move.
to?
Yes.
To prove his point, he goes and asks them.
Si nous allons côté, si nous allons l'autre côté, est-ce que nous sommes d'accord, par exemple, que soit gouvernement, soit organisation internationale, t'as mis nos côtés qui gagne toilette, qui gagne rigole, qui gagne rue, qui gagne l'église, qui gagne parc football, qui gagne côté pour la contribution et que nous pas besoin de venir là encore. Est-ce que nous avons un mot comme ça? Oui. Même s'il est à 10-20 km. Oui.
So with all his ideas, whatever happened to that resume he sent, his offer to help the government? Apparently nothing.
I am disappointed because they do not answer really to the letters I send them. It means that they're not really interested in diaspora, and I'm not the only one.
And so Old Ten makes another decision. If Haiti's government doesn't want to use his skills, he's got other ideas. And one of them is pretty sweet indeed. "11 years ago, his cousin built a small resort on the Haitian island of Île-la-Vache.
So you ready for this big adventure again?
Ever since, he's been after Old Ten to help design an expansion. It's not the Haiti the world is used to seeing, but this is a world Old Ten understands. With investors from the United States, he's convinced that high-end tourism is something Haiti can and should develop. After all, it has been blessed.
This is the plateau, which means where we can have lots of villas. Okay, whatever the way you build the villas, they have views.
No, everywhere.
Over Caribbean, in here, and over there, we still have the ocean. After the lakes.
Yeah.
So that's.
Oh, that's perfect.
Old Ten, with all the destruction in this country, with so much devastation, does Haiti really need a luxury resort right now?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I would be able to contribute more after this disaster because this is the only thing I know. It's planning. It's strategic planning. But there's still tourism. It's one of the industries which is working. There's no governmental institution. There's nothing left. But there's still a little light in this darkness. That's. I think I am helping by doing this.
It's made me feel really terrible because every time I come here, I feel that you deserve something better and you're expecting that I will bring you better news, but I'm disappointing you time after time.
Once a week, Yuri meets with his partner at the university hospital. It's supposed to be an update on his efforts to find money. The report's never very long. There are no American investors offering to help him rebuild his ophthalmology department. Even the Bill Clinton Foundation, that declared Haiti a priority, turned him down.
Does it surprise you that you haven't been able to get people interested?
From one side, it's surprised, but I thought that such kind of disaster maybe will make people more sensitive to such kind of issue.
Well, it did at the beginning.
It did, yeah, but it's like emotional fuss gone, and it's business as usual.
sometimes it's the small victories you have to savor.
No, we are here. How are you? We are here with our load, finally.
Betsy Wall and Yuri met each other years ago, but only reconnected on that January 12 flight from Montreal. He shared his concerns about losing staff, doctors and nurses who can't make it on their small state salaries. Betsy had a brainstorm. With funding from a small German foundation, the food grown in Fond Baptiste now supplements what the hospital staff takes home. It's not a solution. The grant is only for 3 months. It's not even a model. Just two people who saw an opportunity to make something in Haiti work. When we come back, 4 Canadians who flew into Haiti on the day the earth shook, who stays and who will go. One year later, after the earthquake, after that flight from Montreal, the need in Haiti is still overwhelming. Just as overwhelming is the question, how do you save a country that even before the earthquake had so little?
Monsieur, excusez-moi. Est-ce que vous connaissez, je cherche cette femme.
Elle est là?
Elle est là où? Dans lequel? Ok, merci.
In one of his first camp visits after January the 12th, Yuri met a woman and her 2 children. In the mass of desperate humanity, he remembered them. She was seriously ill at the time. Her children reminded him of his own. In his trips back to Haiti, he's tried to find them, but they move from one camp to another. Today, he's got a line on where they might be.
Bonjour, bonjour, madame.
And he is right.
D'accord.
Je vous apporte 2 petits cadeaux.
Oh, bien merci.
Pour l'école, pour les filles et pour garçons.
Bien merci.
Parce que j'ai les enfants presque le même âge. Je connais comment l'école, c'est vraiment très important.
D'accord. Elle va faire bisous. Elle va docteur, bien.
Ok, oui, c'est bon garçon, oui.
In a bleak world, it is a rare moment of sunshine.
I wish I can help to many people like this lady and her family. I don't mind to help everybody, but our help limited, but our funds. Scope of our funds determine the scope of our activity.
Ok, merci.
Bon courage.
Ok, merci.
Ok, au revoir.
Allez.
It's a very good job. In the curve here, this curve was so stiff, so now it's getting smooth, you know? You can walk, you can take a bike if you want.
Back at Île-Vache, the resort is taking shape. Oltan is finally using the skills he developed in Canada. As for the rest of Haiti, they'll have to make do without him.
I keep hoping it can stay like this. One way or the other, one day they're going to seize really the opportunity to do things which are supposed to be done after the earthquake.
As for Betsy Wall, the plenty at Fond Baptiste is always a reminder that even in devastation, this country does have foundations to build upon, even if not everyone sees it. The good news is the Christian churches have decided to invest in her vision to help her expand. Sita, on the other hand, turned her down. After 30 years, she knows in Haiti, development is a roller coaster.
People like to see things, so we want to build buildings and we want to do snapshots of medical clinics and handing out food and feeding children. Well, they may have some merit in the short term, but we also talk about making a difference, and those things do not make a difference.
Mon cher, je me dis une proposition que je viens pour un petit camper là, parce que la pluie a tombé. Bonne proposition pour est-ce que camion ça c'est pour vous?
And then there's Andre Cadan. 1 year later, he's selling his trucks. The earthquake he might have been able to handle, but the cholera and Haiti's continuing political uncertainty have him thinking it really might be time to go.
Vous pensez ça fait fort? Oui, ça fait. Ça veut dire que si on travaille, on travaille à tout. OK, victorieux.
It's not a complete admission of defeat. He is open to coming back, but for now he's moving his family, including his mother-in-law, to Montreal.